Kremlin rejects Trump's proposal to aid Ukraine in exchange for resources. Russians continue to suffer significant losses as they slow down their advance and massive attack on Ukraine. That is news next. Analysts at the Institute for the Study of War point out that despite the Russian advance in Ukraine, its pace has slowed, while Russian losses remain high, reported by ISW. About details, Russian troops continued to suffer heavy losses in January 2025 despite a slower pace of advance compared to previous month at the end of 2024. Ukraine's Ministry of Defense reported on the 3rd of February that Russian troops suffered 48,240 casualties in January 2025. These are more than 3 Russian motorized rifle divisions, making January the second highest month for casualties since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. ISW's geolocation data shows that Russian forces advanced to 486 square kilometers in Ukraine and Russia's Kursk region in January, or approximately 16.1 square kilometers per day. Available data suggests that Russian forces suffered approximately 96 casualties per square kilometer of territory gained. Ukraine's Ministry of Defense reported that Russian troops suffered 48,670 casualties in December 2024, the highest monthly casualty rate since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. And ISW estimates that Russian forces gained a total of 593 square kilometers in December 2024.
The roughly 100 square kilometer decrease in seized territory between December 2024 and January 2025, coupled with a similar monthly casualty rate, indicates that Russian forces are taking the same high level of losses despite achieving fewer territorial advances in the near term.
About details, earlier ISW noted that the advance of Russian troops slowed down from November 2024 to December 2024.
ISW previously assessed that the Russian military command likely tolerated record levels of personnel casualties from September 2024 through November 2024 to facilitate larger territorial gains, but it remains unclear whether the Russian military command will be willing to sustain such casualties if Russian forces' rate of advance continues to decline, as Russian forces are advancing on more heavily defended settlements such as Pokrovsk.
The Russians attacked Ukraine with 65 Shahed attack drones and decoy UAVs of various types on the night of the 3rd to 4th of February. Ukraine's air defense has managed to down 37 of the drones, while another 28 have not reached their targets, reported by Ukraine's Air Force on Telegram.
As of 9 a.m., 37 Shahed attack drones and other types of UAVs have been confirmed downed in Poltava, Sumy, Kyiv, Chernihiv and Cherkasy oblasts. 28 enemy decoy drones disappeared from radar without causing adverse effects. Sumy and Cherkasy oblasts were affected in the enemy attack.
The drones were launched from the Russian cities of Oryol, Bryansk and Kursk. Aircraft, anti-aircraft missile forces, electronic warfare units and mobile fire groups from the Air Force and the rest of Ukraine's defense forces were involved in repelling the attack. On the night of Tuesday, February 4th, the Russian army attacked the enterprises in the Cherkasy region with drones, according to the Cherkasy Regional Military Administration. According to preliminary data, Ukrainian air defense forces shot down 12 Russian Shahed drones in the sky over the Cherkasy region. Despite this, fires broke out in the regional center as a result of Russian attacks on the territory of 3 private enterprises. In one case, the firefighting is still ongoing. According to preliminary reports, there were no casualties, but the area is still being inspected. On the afternoon of Tuesday, February 4th, the Russian army struck the town of Izium in the Kharkiv region. The first casualties and wounded have already been reported, according to the head of the Kharkiv Regional State Administration, Alexei Nyhubov. According to Nyhubov, the Russians struck Izium with a ballistic missile. As of 12:10 a.m. Kyiv time, 4 people have been reported killed. There are also at least 20 wounded, 5 of whom have been hospitalized. All emergency services are working at the scene. Russia attacked the central part of the city. The number of victims has increased to 20 people, said Sinihubov. At 12:25 a.m. Kyiv time, Sinihubov clarified that one person was under the rubble as a result of the Russian strike. At the moment, the liquidation of the consequences is underway.
Administrative buildings were partially destroyed, and a 5-story residential building was damaged. Rescuers, emergency medical services, and a dog service are working.
As of 12:50 a.m., 24 people were hospitalized in Izium. One of them is a 15-year-old girl who received a shrapnel wound. Her condition is moderate. 3 more people are in the operating room, and doctors are providing all the necessary assistance. Earlier, Sinihubov reported that the cities of Izium and Balaklia in the Kharkiv region are being prepared for a circular defense. The construction of fortifications continues. There, and these are planned measures. Dmitry Peskov, propagandist, terrorist and spokesman for Russian leader, dictator Vladimir Putin, has dismissed U.S. President Donald Trump's proposal to aid Ukraine in exchange for access to rare earth resources, calling it an attempt to buy assistance, reported by Kremlin-aligned media, citing Peskov.
If we call things by their name, this is essentially a proposal to buy assistance, shifting it from free aid to a commercial arrangement. Of course, it would be better not to provide any aid at all, as that would help bring this conflict to an end.
About details, earlier Trump said that he was interested in making a deal with Ukraine to obtain rare earth metals and other resources in exchange for supplying weapons. That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe.